Hey, pick it up, you guys. Come on.
I can't go another step.
We knew I got a rest.
A bet is a bet.
Killing wasn't part of it.
You want a granola bar?
Granola, I need a pint of glucose.
I'll take one. I don't want to die on an empty stomach.
Man, I would sure hate to be as puny as you two guys.
Give me a break. Call me a doctor.
You're a doctor, okay?
What's all that?
Oh, when I ran this morning, I picked this up at the post office. It's my mail. I hope you guys don't mind if I just look at it.
You ran this morning and can do this to us this afternoon?
26 in the Midnight Marathon. It is the top 10%.
Oh, don't brag.
Look at it.
You couldn't have done it if that 89-year-old man hadn't dropped out the last 100
Hey,
yards.
that's the break. I don't understand this.
What's that?
It's my property tax bill. It says my house is only worth $35,000. It's worth more than that.
Let me see that.
So it's the first time I had a tax bill that looked like that.
Oh, here it is. This is your assessed value. Your house is worth more now.
You know, they did change the system this year. Do you know what your rate of assessment is?
I don't even know what it means.
Well, they base taxes nowadays on a percentage of what your house is worth, not the total value.
Why'd they change it?
I don't know why. That's just the way they do it in most places. Around here, the assessment rate is generally 65–70%. Do you know what your rate of assessment is?
Oh, no, but I do know my house is worth at least $50,000.
And you only pay taxes on a portion of that, see?
So that's why the assessed value is $35,000?
That's right. Hey, Todd, there's a good problem for you to figure out in your head. If the actual value of the house is $50,000 and the assessed valuation is $35,000, what is the rate of assessment?
Well, you mean, what do I multiply 50 by to get 35?
That's right.
Well, it would be 70%, or 70 hundredths of 50 is 35.
That sounds right to me. 70% of $50,000 is $35,000.
No, there's more to it than that. This column here says rate per hundred.
Yeah, property taxes are generally figured on so much per hundred.
At a rate of $7.25 per $100 of assessed evaluation.
What's that $7.25 for?
Well, first you have to know the number of hundreds of dollars of taxable evaluation.
It's so complicated.
Well, not really. 35,000 is 350 hundreds.
So what?
Well, $7.25 times that. You wouldn't happen to have a pencil and paper in your little bag there. I'll figure it out for you.
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
You know, you guys ought to go into politics.
50, 7,
Well, you're kidding, Frank, but hey, let me tell you, if I did, the first thing I do is simplify this mess. But why is it this way?
I don't know. I guess maybe there was a time in our history when it made more sense than it does now.
4,000.
Well, maybe it makes sense now.
It's ridiculous.
Well, what would you do to change it?
0,
And abolish it.
2,537.50.
Yeah, that's what it says here. It does say I can claim some deductions.
Frank,
Thank goodness.
isn't $7.25 times 350 hundreds the same as 7.25%?
How could you find out?
Well, 35,000 times 7.25%.
Sure.
Seriously, Frank, why does this have to be so complicated?
Well, maybe we'll understand it a little better when Todd gets done figuring here.
You're an optimist. Okay, let me review this. They take the actual value of my house, and then they take 70% of that and call it the assessed evaluation. Why? No one knows.
Okay, so far.
Then they figure out how many hundreds that is, and they multiply it by the tax rate. Is that it?
You got it.
Well, how do they decide what the tax rate is?
Well, it's fairly complicated.
Tell me, I figured it would be.
I guess they know how much they have to spend, and they know the total evaluation for a taxable area, so it's just simple division from then on.
Well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that 7.25% of 35,000 is the same as 350 hundreds times $7.25.
That's the good news. What's the bad news?
Well, the bad news is, no matter how you slice it, you've still got to pay $2,537.50.
Oh.
However, I did take 70% of the $7.25. Now, that is the assessment rate times the tax rate per 100, and I got 5.075. Now, I made that a percent and multiplied the whole value of your house, $50,000, and I got $2,537.50. It's just like you said, it doesn't have to be that complicated.
You call that simple?
Well, it does show that it's possible to do away with assessed evaluation.
No, Frank, what it really shows is that there are a lot more ways to figure my taxes than there are ways to pay them.
Well, we still don't need that assessed evaluation business. I mean, 5.075 times the market value will give you the answer.
Yeah, it does make you wonder, though.
Wonder what?
Wonder how I'm going to pay these taxes. Okay, you guys, come on. Back and show me something this time, all right? Put a little something in. Man, I want to drown my sorrows in some
Okay,
lactic
right
acid.
with you.
Let's
Okay,
go.
well, I'll catch up with you, Bill.
That man's nuts.
All right, you guys. Hey, you want to pay me off in granola bars?
Hello, and welcome back to Adult Math. Here are a few important terms mentioned in the previous scene that you should remember. Assessed value, market value, and property tax rate. If you don't remember their meanings, check in your workbook.
Martha, what are you doing here so early?
Oh, hi, David. Studying a loan agreement.
Borrowing some money?
Maybe enough to remodel my family room, but studying about interest sure isn't interesting.
Do you understand interest?
Sort of. Isn't it like those percent of problems?
Well, with interest, you have one more element, though.
Yeah, I noticed. Time is involved somehow.
That's the other element.
You know, with this new job, I feel like I've got enough money to remodel my family room, but I just don't want to get in over my head.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey, why don't we figure this out on my new computer?
You got a new computer? With a program for interest?
Sure do. You can work through it, and I'll be there to help you.
That sounds great.
Have you ever used a computer before?
No, I haven't. Is interest so complicated that you have to use a computer?
Well, not quite. But this time, the computer's more like a teacher than a calculator.
Thank goodness.
The program will take you through the process. You know, we're moving into computers more and more in our classes.
I guess we're all going to be using them someday.
Okay, well, here's the interest program. Okay, now just sit down here and do what the machine tells you to do.
Okay. Do I type my name now?
Uh-huh. And then press this.
Okay. Hey, this machine knows my name.
Only because you typed it in.
Oh. So do I press return again?
Mm-hmm.
The questions are multiple choice. Just type a number for the right answer. Okay. Interest is money that money makes, or it is the money you pay for the use of someone else's money. I better read this pretty carefully.
Would probably help.
I will use a formula to tell you about interest. A formula uses letters to tell you how to solve problems. The letters in the formula stand for different parts of the problem. The interest formula is I equals PRT. Is this computer going to ask me questions, too?
Uh-huh.
What happens if I make a mistake?
Oh, it'll tell you.
This is neat.
I'm going to watch this first question, but then I've got to do some reading, okay?
Okay. I stands for interest, P stands for principal, R stands for rate, T stands for time. Here goes. Which statement is correct? Interest is bad stuff. Only computers know about interest. Interest is money that money makes. Only your banker knows for sure.
You're on your own.
The first answer is 3, isn't it?
Press the 3 and see.
Hey, Hey, I got the first one right.
When you get through, the computer will tell you how you did on the whole lesson. It remembers everything.
Uh-oh. When we talk about interest, we will use a formula. The formula is the letter I. I equals PRT. P over W equals percent. P equals W. It's number 2, I think. Well, I'll just press 2 and see what happens. Oh, I got 2 correct answers. Okay, number 3. I did the whole first test right.
Great.
I'm going to ask the machine for more information now. This is really neat. Working with interest problems, you will need to know how to use the formula I equals PRT. I is for interest. P stands for the principal, which is the amount that the interest is computed from. David, isn't principal the amount that you borrow?
That's the amount of money that you figure the interest on.
Mm-hmm. I see. R stands for the rate or percent of interest you will pay or receive. T means the length of time usually expressed in years. In a savings account, the bank will pay you for the use of your money. If you get a loan, you must pay interest to the bank. The difference between what a bank will give and what they will pay is how the banks make a profit. If you borrow $500 at 14%, the principal is $500. The rate is 14%. Usually this means 14% per year. David, what about this per year part? 14% per year?
At the end of each year, you start over again with the same interest rate.
What is 14% of $500 anyway? $70?
Right.
$70 per year?
Exactly.
Boy, I'm glad you thought of having me do this. Now, if I don't get it all this first time, may I come back and do it again?
Sure, but I think you'll be surprised at how much you remember. You already know the vocabulary.
David, I'm all ready to do I equals PRT problems. Would you like to watch?
I equal PRT problems. You've even got the terminology down.
Okay, now, find the interest on $800 at 12% for 1 year. Now, the interest equals the principal, that's $800, times the rate, that's 12%, times time, that's 1 year.
Right.
So let's see what the possible answers are. $9,600, $66.67, $9.60, $96. I think it's $96.
Hey, you're doing great.
Okay, here's the next question. Find the interest on $8,000 at 18% for 3 years.
What do you think?
Can I use a pencil?
If you need to.
Oh, gosh. Does that mean 8,018 times 3 years?
What do you think?
I think it's number 1.
Press 1 and see.
Oh, no, I missed it.
Do you see your mistake?
8,000 times 0.18 times 3 equals I, interest. 8,000 over 1 times 18 over 100 times 3 over 1. That's what I did wrong. I thought the interest for 1 year was for the whole thing. Reduce the fraction. Okay. 80 over 1 times 18 over 1 times 3 over 1 equals interest. 80 times 18, which is the rate, equals 1440. 1440 times 3, which are the years. Wow, that is a lot of money.
That's why people get into trouble. They keep forgetting that they got to pay back their principal as well as their interest.
You mean that if I borrow $8,000 to buy a new car, I could end up paying over $4,000 in interest?
That's right. Plus the principal. An $8,000 car could cost you $12,000 with a 3-year loan and 18% interest per year.
Well, no wonder I don't have a new car.
Let's go to the next one.
Find the interest on $1,400 at 7.5% for 8 months.
What do you think?
Ooh, I don't know yet.
I think if I could get that money that cheap, I would borrow all I could.
Oh, now I remember. In one of the lessons it says to treat months as a fractional part of a year.
Right.
Okay, so 8 months is 8 over 12. That reduces to 2/3.
Right.
I think it's $70. Ha!
You know, there's lots of ways of writing interest problems, but I think this fractional way is the most common. You see this rational family here? 7.5 over 100 is the same as 15 over 200.
1,400 over 1 times 7.5 over 100 times 2 over 3 equals interest. Yeah, multiply by 2 to eliminate fraction.
IPERT will take care of you as long as you remember to express time in years or in fractions, fractional parts of a year.
IPERT?
Interest equals principal times rate times time.
Yeah, IPERT. Oh, is it time for me to go to my class yet?
You bet it is, and you better hurry. Frank gets hostile when his students turn up late.
Oh, one more thing. You know, I noticed several times the computer said simple interest. Now, is there another kind?
Compound interest. Interest on interest. Hey, if you think simple interest is wild, compound interest, it'll drive you crazy. The people that have to work with it, like bankers, have special charts they use to figure it out.
Well, how can compound interest happen?
Let me show you on the board. Say you have $500 in your savings account at 5% a year. At the end of the year, you'll have accrued, in this case, $25 in interest. Next year, you earn interest on $525.
Ah.
We have a computer program on this in case you have a interest in it.
Was that a joke?
If it was a lousy one.
See you later, David.
Goodbye.
Here are a few important things you should remember about interest. Interest is money that is paid or made on other money. And if you get a loan, you pay interest. If you have a savings account, you receive interest. The formula for finding interest is I equals PRT. You'll remember Martha and David discussing this in the last scene. This means interest is equal to principal times the rate times the time.
Well, hello, Martha. Come in.
Hi, am I late?
No, not at all. You can lay your things there if you'd like.
Thanks.
Listen, I really do appreciate you showing up on such short notice. Oh, when Lana told me she had to go out of town, well, I was beside myself. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Oh, listen, I need the money anyway. So what are you doing here?
Well, Martha, what we're talking here is profit. We're talking cost price, selling price, markup rate, and the not-to-be-forgotten discount thrown in at no extra charge.
Todd, what am I supposed to do?
You get to work the calculator and then record all the
Okay.
information on these cards.
Okay.
But first, before we get started, let me ask you a question. If you bought something for $3 and sold it for $6, what would be the profit?
$3.
What percent is that?
50%.
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
It's 100%. At least it's 100% markup.
What's markup?
Well, markup is what you add to the cost price to get the selling price. It's also called margin or gross profit.
Todd, maybe I'm not going to learn this fast enough to be able to help you.
By the end of this day, you'll be an expert at this. Are you ready to get started?
Okay.
Okay. Well, now I got to warn you, once we get rolling, it's going to be mighty boring.
You're paying me, aren't you?
Okay. What we're doing is we got to mark some of this paint for a sale. And we've got to figure the discount so it'll come out close to, but not less than, the price we paid for it.
You lost me already.
Well, we'll just fill out one of these cards, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do the first one here. Let's see. This will be lot number 26. Goes right there.
26.
And the cost is $6. Goes right there next to it. Markup is $3 right there. Now, what percent is that?
50%.
All right, so 50% in the next space. Now, the selling price.
That's the cost plus the markup?
Right.
Okay. $9.
Okay, now we have to decide how much we can discount it and not lose money.
Why don't you just discount it 50% and break even? That'll give you $4.50 per gallon.
We can't do that. We'd lose $1.50 a gallon.
How does that work?
Well, you see, markup is always figured from the cost price and then discount from the selling price. Why, the most we could discount this $9 stuff would be, 33 1/3%, or 1/3. So 1/3 of 9 is 3. 3 from 9 is 6.
Yeah, okay. So shall I put down 33 1/3% here?
Well, why don't we put down 30? Just give us a little breathing room.
Okay, so the discount rate is 30%
Right.
of the selling price. So that's $9 times 30%. That gives us $2.70. You're going to sell this $9 can of paint for $2.70?
No, you have to take the $2.70 from the selling price.
Oh, okay, well, that's $9 then, minus $2.70, $6.30. That's a lot better.
Okay, good. Let me check your card here.
Okay.
All right, so we've got lot number 26. That's right. Cost price $6, markup $3, markup rate 50%. That's right. Selling price is $9. Discount rate 30%. Sale price $6.30. That's right. You ready to go to the next one?
Sure.
All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'll give you the information, and then while you're figuring it out, I'll go ahead and mark these other ones.
Okay.
So this is lot number 54. Here we go.
54.
And we don't have all this information either. See, the cost is $682.
$682.
The markup rate is 58%.
Right.
And
Okay.
that's all we have. You've got to take it from there.
Well, 6.82 times 58%. Todd, it comes out 3.9556.
Well, round it off to 3.96.
Rounding off to the nearest cent, huh?
Right.
Okay, so the markup is 3.96. Add that to 6.82. The selling price is 10.78. Okay, so what's the discount rate then?
Guess.
Todd.
What percent of the selling price is the cost?
Oh, that's 6.82 divided by 10.78, 63%.
All right, so what's 35% of 1078?
1078 times 35%, well, that's 377.
That from the selling price?
10.78 minus 3.77 is 701.
All right, good. Then we can discount it at 35%.
Now, how did you know that that was going to come out so close, 35%?
Oh, just experience. I'll show you on the next lot.
Well, why don't you make it a 37% discount? That's going to come out even closer to cost.
Well, it'd be silly to have a sign say 37% off.
Well, I don't know. I mean, look, you always see signs that say 20% off or 30% off. Have you ever seen a sign that said 37% off? A real eye-catcher.
Well, you've got me there. Have you got everything filled in there?
35% discount rate. Okay, mark them.
All righty, let's go to the next one then. The next one would be lot number 86.
86,
Cost $724.
724.
Markup $413.
Mm-hmm.
Markup rate 57%.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You go ahead and do that, and I'll take care of these.
Hey, wait, weren't you going to show me some shortcuts?
Well, all right. Have you been multiplying the cost by the markup rate and then adding that to the cost to get the selling price?
Yes.
All right. And what you do is add 100% to the markup rate. On this one, it's 57. So if you multiply the cost by 157%, you should get the selling price. Try it and see what you get.
Okay, 7.24 times 157% equals $11.37.
Yeah,
That's
about that.
great.
And you can turn it around, too. It'll work.
What do you mean the other way around?
Well, so all you had was the selling price and the markup rate.
Yeah, so what then?
Martha, I'm surprised. After all those sessions in class about inverse operation, and you ask what then?
Okay, I will do it. 11.37 divided by 157%. And that comes out 724. That's
All right.
great.
All right, is that it then for this?
Uh-huh.
You know, maybe we ought to mark this next one 37 and a half or something.
Are you kidding?
No, really. Look at it like this. What if we had a sign that said, "Come to our 41.804 sale"? Huh? Would that be good? The marketing trend of the future, I'll tell you. It'll sweep the country, huh? Take them by storm.
Let's get back to work.
Okay. The next one is...
Those terms that Todd and Martha were using are useful to know if you're in sales work, but they're also important for all of us to understand as consumers. If you understand what they mean, you can make better choices about how to spend your money. Now, let's go over the terms again. Cost price is the amount store managers pay when they buy from a wholesaler, and markup is the amount the store adds to the wholesale cost. Sometimes margin or profit may be used instead of the term markup, but whichever word you use, it means the amount of profit a store collects on an item. The markup rate is the percentage increase above the cost price. So the markup might be 60 cents, but the markup rate would be 5%, for instance. The selling price is the amount you actually pay for something, unless the store sells it at a discount. Sometimes the discount applies during a sale, and sometimes you'll get a discount if you buy large amounts or pay cash or for some other reason. The discount rate is the percentage taken off the regular selling price. Here's how these terms look mathematically. If the cost price is $5 and the markup rate is 15%, that means the selling price would be $5.75. If that same item goes on sale, the discount rate is figured, and then the discount amount is subtracted from the regular selling price to come up with the new price. You can find some more problems like this in your workbook if you want to practice. Thanks for watching.